Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taste of Whisky.com. And today we have a new Highland Park, relatively new Highland Park in my cask. It's the whiskey called Full Volume. And the card box is made, well, after an amplifier from the beginning time of the rock music. And typically you have two huge bass woofers in here and some knobs on the side and the amplifier in the back. And what's interesting to see, here you can see the full volume at 11. There had been a brand from these amplifiers which said, well, we have a little more, and it's not 10 as the max, it's 11. I do not remember which maker or producer of this amplifier had this 11 on it, but today Tesla, the electric car manufacturer, they have in their Model S and X for the volume a maximum of 11 as well. Yeah, this one is a ex-bourbon cask, matured whiskey, vintage 1999, bottle 2017, 47.2 ABV, and, well, below 100 euros, dollars, pounds. And this is untypical for Highland Park because they typically have some ex-sherry casks in the mixture for their whiskies. And this whiskey matured in 200 liters barrels, American barrels, and 250 liters hogsheads. And both should be first fill. Well, then they must have dismantled the American standard barrels, which have normally 208 liters, some 55 gallon or so. And those were in former times dismantled to the single staves, then shipped across the Atlantic because volume was expensive and weight not. Today, the labor for mantling the staves again into a cask is very, very high, and the freight rates for moving the cask over the Atlantic Ocean is low. So typically today those casks are no longer dismantled and rebuilt again in Scotland. They are brought over completely as they are. And why in this case they had made a hogsheads? And typically you take 4 American standard barrels and make out of them 3 hogsheads. Why they produce bigger ones, I have no idea, because they mature more slowly. Probably those casks were crashed during the transport. They had to rebuild them. No idea what really happened. This bottling was inspired by the music. And they say full volume, full taste. So this is the analogy between the music and the whiskey. This whiskey is filtered, but not chill filtered, but filtered at 4 degrees centigrade, so that there is some filtering, but not that extreme. And it should deliver creamy vanilla and sweet citrus notes from the bourbon casks, balanced by Highland Park characteristic aromatic smokiness. That's not true. Sweet citrus fruits do not come from American standard barrels, but from the distillery itself. The vanilla comes from the cask, the burned cask from the inside, where this lignin, which is the hardening substance in the wood, this lignin is transformed by high temperature into vanillin, and this brings the vanilla into the whiskey. Yeah, so this is the story behind this, and there are smoky Highland Parks out there, not too intensive, but most of the Highland Park whiskey aren't that smoky, and this one shows fruitiness on the cork, but only very faint smokiness. Here we go. A lot of vanilla in the nose. When I had the first nose on this one just a few minutes ago, then there was no vanilla at all. So give it a second dram or a second sip, and then you will feel the vanilla very, very strong. There's some coconut in it, that's as well from the cask. And these light fruity notes, or yeah, well, lighter, paler fruit, yellow fruits, is probably pineapple, mango. And the smokiness is very, very dim, very faint. Yeah. Piano, to stay to the music. Yeah. So this is a welcoming, friendly, light, sweet, fruity, not so smoky note in the nose. This is, well, not full volume, no. This is intense and friendly, but it's not full volume. Pop up the volume. Now there's intensity. Now there's the spiciness from the cask, but there's close to no bitterness because all of that is American white oak. So there is not this intense tannin bitterness in this whiskey, even being at 18 years of age. So this is a full spiciness, some sweet, fruity notes, probably some citrus notes in it as well, and this mango pineapple. Yeah, and then there is some woody note in it. Not that bitter, but an aromatic wood, like cedar wood. This has some aromatic note in it, fresh cut cedar. Yeah. It's full, balanced, and the most of it is now vanilla. The taste is full volume. The smell is piano. So they say peat on a scale from 0 to 10, it's 3. Bourbon is 10. What does that mean? Bourbon, because there's this third knob telling vanilla. It's on a level of 9 out of 10. Fruit, 8 out of 10. And then volume, 11 of 11. So what's the difference between bourbon and vanilla? I have no idea in this case. Because a typical sweet maize bourbon note isn't in that. This is definitely a Scotch single malt whiskey with a very, very little smoke in it. So I think there was a lot of marketing going on with the packaging, and it's not that really true what this suggests from the outside. This is a untypical Highland Park because it has no sherry cask influence, and it's heavily in the taste for 18 years first fill ex-bourbon casks. This is the main character of this whiskey. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned, there's more to come, as always.